Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I visit Dubai a lot. Have any of you all ever visited the congregation in Dubai? Oh, it's really, really nice. You have people from all parts of India over there. And you have people in, you know, the stores in India. They're from India also. They work there. In Dubai, since it's basically it's a Muslim place, when we go out, we always attend the church. So I go in and I start chatting to the people in the shops wherever I'm doing something. Find out where they're from. Then I start talking about those places, and they get totally bewildered, like, how do you know so much about this place and the other place? I remember one time I went into a shop and I met somebody from Hyderabad. Ah, thank you. Thank you. I met somebody from Hyderabad, and I said, I looked at it real serious, I said, you're over here. Do you miss Pera from Jayadeva Reddy? And when I said to her, you know, how does this white guy know about Jayadeva Reddy's Pera? And then we had Prabhu from Bombay. My students, and I have one student in Dubai. He grew up in Bombay, and he's a businessman. He's a car salesman. He's been in Dubai for around 25 years, selling Toyotas all over the world. And he gives at least 25 public classes a month. He's a real preacher. He does his work, you know, during the day, and then, you know, he prepares for class. He has at least 25 public classes a month. And his wife used to work corporate, but she stopped that around 5 years ago, and she does about 16, 17 classes a month. So my disciple from Bombay, he always tells me how all the guys from Bombay are very choppy. And then we have our Damodara here, and I said, where are you from? He said, I'm from Delhi, and I said, oh, we're home people. Because I'm from Vrindavan. At least I like to think that I'm from Vrindavan. I went there for the first time in '86,
and 76. And when I went to Vrindavan in 76, it was like I was returning home after being away for 25 years. And then I returned to live there in 77. I lived a few years. And then I went to serve our society in Southern Europe, like Prabhu said. Went to serve in Southern Europe, and then in 87 I went back to Vrindavan, and I stayed from 87 till about 95. And something interesting happened along the way. And that is in 1992, out of the blue, I received an invitation to participate in a festival in Russia. And it was like the first big Hare Krishna festival that was conducted just at the time when the Soviet Union went down. And I don't know how in the world I was invited, but I got invited. I just sort of see it purely as the arrangement of Lord Krishna. And we participated in this festival. We had, our first festival was in St. Petersburg. Then we flew over to Riga, and that's in Latvia. Then we flew down to Kiev in the Ukraine, and then we came back across to Moscow. And at that time in Moscow, we had a festival. The devotees rented a big sports arena, and we had 45,000 people at this festival. I mean, it was very amazing. It was called the Gauranga Bhajan Band program. And from that program, Krishna consciousness sort of exploded in Russia. I mean, it was a very, very big explosion. And the devotees, after the festival, they said, would you like to travel around, what was the Soviet Union? And I said, sure. So I traveled, and then I dropped down into the stans of Central Asia, the Muslim belt of the former Soviet Union, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan. And that area quite resonated with my heart because it was Asian culture. And although it was like Central Asian culture, it was still, I could see similarities between, the Indian culture and their culture. And basically all people of Islamic faith living over there. But because they'd had Soviet Union on top of them for 70 years, they were very non-sectarian. And I sort of clicked into that area because I felt at home. And especially in Almaty, Kazakhstan, you're just a 3-hour flight from Delhi. So I've been in that region for many, many years teaching Krishna consciousness. It's a beautiful region. In Kazakhstan, actually throughout that entire region, we have many, many, many devotees. Kazakhstan, I would say, is the biggest population of devotees in the region. Uzbekistan, very restrictive, but still we have a very large congregation. Turkmenistan is probably the weirdest and most restrictive country on earth. But we still have lots and lots of devotees over there. You'd be surprised. And there the ladies, they all wear their traditional Central Asian dress, and they have their heads tied with like these very, colorful turban type things that they wear to keep their heads covered. But, people are always coming to Krishna consciousness. So I guess if in those countries we can have people coming to Krishna consciousness, we can have people coming to Krishna consciousness in Bloomington also. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna, he explains, Mame Vangsa Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatana. Manakshastan Indriyani Prakriti Ishtani Karshati. He speaks about a particular stan. And it's not Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan or Bloomington-stan. But he speaks about Prakriti-stan. It's interesting, isn't it? That Lord Krishna, like we think Hindustan, Pakistan, Afghanistan. Krishna himself, he uses the word Prakriti-stan, which means the material world. So he says, in the material world, all the living beings who are there, they are my angshas, they are my parts and parcels. Oh, everybody come forward. Bombay Prabhu has everybody coming forward in the middle of the talk. Come forward, Prabhus. So he says that everybody that lives in Prakriti-stan, or the material world, is not a product of matter. He says, they are my angsha, mame vangsha, jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana. He says, they're a part of me. And His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, always gave the beautiful example of, the gold in the mine, in the earth, and the gold that you may have in your ornament that you wear. And he would say the gold in your ring and the gold in the mine is the same substance, except the gold in the mine is unlimited in quantity, whereas the gold in your ornament is very, very limited. So Krishna says, they are my angshas. They are a part of me. They have my qualities. And we read that the qualities of Krishna is he is Anandamaya Vyasat. That the Lord he is full of joy. So if his nature is that he's full of joy, your nature is that you're full of joy also. We read that the Lord is Satchidananda Vigraha, that he is Sat Chit Ananda. He is eternal, he is full of knowledge, and he is full of Ananda. So if that is his nature and we are his angshas, then we have that nature also. But at the present time, we're not realizing that due to our very, very willful misidentification with the material nature. And therefore in that verse he says, Manakshastan Indriyani Prakriti-stani Karshati. That everybody who is living in Prakriti-stan, or the material world, they're constantly undergoing this struggle, Karshati, with the mind and the senses. Manak Shastan Indriyani Prakriti-stani Karshati. Always, due to this misidentification with, thinking that we're products of matter, we're always disturbed. Mind always agitated. Senses always agitated. Mind always being attracted to something. Mind always rejecting something. Senses always eager to enjoy something. Mind and senses out of control. Just like I remember years ago, I was in a shop and I saw a bottle of Sprite. And, the clever people who were doing the advertising for Sprite on the bottle, they put in very big letters, obey your thirst. Obey your thirst. Yeah. The tongue is wanting something, obey your tongue. Your ears wanting to hear something nice, obey your ear. You want to see something beautiful with your eyes. You want to touch something soft. And my goodness, everybody wants to taste something. Taste something, taste something. And we were, yesterday, was it today? We were driving, it was either today or yesterday, we were driving in Chicago. And we were seeing that practically every shop along the way, was it yesterday? Yesterday evening, we were driving along the way. Every shop was like some place for selling meat. And people were feeling, oh, this is very tasty. Bahut swad. Very, very good. The tongue is demanding, taste something. Hear some. So the jiva, who is part and parcel of Krishna, who is the eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge, misidentifying with this material body and material mind, is always in such a difficult condition. And despite the fact that it's in a difficult condition, we think that we're happy. Now that's called illusion. That's straight up called Maya. That we think that we're happy, we're doing things that simply make us suffer. I remember reading Srila Prabhupada once. He said an intelligent man or lady, before they perform any activity, they should look down the road, look into the future, and they should see what will the reaction of this activity be. Because generally, people are engaging in activities in the name of happiness, but those activities are generally bringing suffering in the future. And Krishna himself, in Gita, he says, Yehi samsparasaja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate adyantavanta konteya nateshu ramate buddha. He says that material-minded people in the bodily conception of life, they feel that happiness comes from like rubbing flesh. Yehi sam sparsaja. Sparsaja means rubbing of flesh together. Yehi sam sparsaja dukkha yonaya evate. He says, but that only gives birth to dukkha. Two things, and we all know what they are. One is dukkha, and one is sukha, right? Dukh and sukh. Dukh, for you guys back there who aren't Indian-bodied people, how are you? You doing all right? Good. What's your name? Huh? No, your name's America? Erica. Oh, great. And you? Johnny? Welcome. I'm Govinda Swami. Thanks for coming tonight. So, dukkha. Dukkha in Sanskrit is suffering, and sukha is happiness. So, Krishna says that all of these activities that the conditioned living beings are engaging in is just bringing them dukkha and bringing them unhappiness. But they're thinking it's going to bring them sukha. Well, we were mentioning recently, Dr. Saab has brought me some, is it Claritine?
Yes.
Oh. Coming out here, I started experiencing dukkha. Meaning, we're traveling through all these beautiful green fields and all of this business and this and that and the other, and all of a sudden there's like pollen getting in my eyes and everything scratching and my nose packing up, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, are we going to be able to do Kirtan tonight? So, Hare Krishna. Feel my pulse. See if it's okay. I did not die yet. Yeah, everybody's looking for sukha. But instead of finding sukha, everybody's getting dukkha. But recently was the appearance day of Lord Narasimhadev. And we were reading Prahlad Maharaj's prayers to Narasimhadev. And in one of the prayers, he told Lord Narasimha, he said, Lord, really, I don't need anything for myself. Because wherever I am, I'm always remembering you. And because I remember you, always I'm satisfied. Always I'm happy. Just because I'm engaged in the process of Shravan and Kirtan. Constantly using my ears for hearing about you, constantly using my tongue for speaking about you. He said, but Lord Narasimha, I have a problem. And my problem is that I'm concerned about all of these material plan makers. Because they continue making plans to try to find sukha, or happiness, in this world. But this is not the world of happiness. This is the world of birth, disease, old age, and death. He said these people, they continue making so many plans for their families, for their societies, for their nations, but they never get happiness. They make all their plans, and then their plans are finished. And he said, Dear Lord, I only feel that concern for them because I love them. Because I know that they're all eternal spiritual souls who are parts and parcels of you. I feel that way out of great concern and feelings of love because they're your parts and parcels. He told Lord Narasimhadev, he said, I feel concerned for them. He said, my father was a real materialist. And my father, he wanted me to see like this. He wanted me to see, that there's separatism. We and them. Friend and enemy. He said, but they don't understand. They were all eternal spiritual souls who are part and parcels of you. Everybody in this world is your angsha. Only they have forgotten. So therefore, every place, Bloomington, India, Kazakhstan, everywhere in America, people have forgotten what is their real identity. And that is that they're parts and parcels of Krishna. Everybody is a servant of Krishna. Everybody, actually, it's not that we're just the servant of Krishna, but we're the servants of the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. That's our actual position. We're the servants of Krishna. Once His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, was one reporter came to him and he held the microphone and he said, "Sir, what are you?" And Srila Prabhupada looked up, he said, "I am the servant of Krishna." And after that, Prabhupada very humbly, he said, "Sir, I'd like to retract that statement." He said, "I'm not the servant of Krishna because to be the servant of Krishna is a very great thing. But I'm the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna." And Srila Prabhupada always said that this is the mood of the Vaishnava. Vaishnava feels himself to be the servant of the Lord. And if a Vaishnava will very nicely serve the servants of the Lord, that will invoke Krishna's mercy. Just like many times I mentioned to the devotees how I had the fortune of being in Sri Vrindavan Dham when those last days when Prabhupada was here. I was serving in Toronto, joined in Buffalo, stayed there for about a year and a half. September 20th of 1972, I said au revoir to the United States of America. I went to Canada. I served in our center in Canada till about June, middle of June, 77, and then I returned to India. And I was the cook in Vrindavan. Actually, I'm a good cook, Mataji's. I mean, maybe I cannot cook the South Indian food, but who is liking the South Indian food? You're right, Prabhu. We are liking our, roti and our, yellow mung dal and aloo gobi sabji. Little jeera, hara mirchi, adrak, very simple. Simple but tasty. I always say the South Indian cooking is like some foreign aroma to my nose. I stay with my South Indian disciples in Dubai, and when she's cooking, her masalas, for me it's like Union Carbide at Bhopal. My nose starts to go off my face, But I was the cook in Vrindavan, and I loved it because I could serve Vaishnavas that way. And I would start cooking after Mangal Artik. Back then we had no gas, so we cooked on wood. And I would start cooking just after Mangal Artik, and I would be in the kitchen till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. By cooking for all the devotees and carrying those big pots, and I would come out from head to foot black. And I'd go, and scrub myself. And I'd go to Srila Prabhupada's room, because Prabhupada was very ill. And we could just sit in Prabhupada's room and be with him. And one afternoon I walked over to Prabhupada's room, and the door was locked. And I was thinking, oh, Prabhupada must be having a bad day today. And one of Prabhupada's godbrothers was pacing back and forth in front of the room, and his name was Srila Akincana Das Babaji Maharaj. And Srila Prabhupada always told us that he was a Paramahansa Vaishnava. So when I saw him, I bowed down and I took dust from his lotus feet, and I said, "Maharaj, what service?" And he said, "I want to see Prabhupada immediately." So then I knew that there was a back way into Prabhupada's garden and into his room, so I slipped through there, and I went into the room, and And Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, he was sitting on the bed next to Prabhupada, and he was giving some report to Prabhupada. And so I went into the room, I offered obeisances. I went to Tamal Krishna Maharaj, I said, Babaji Maharaj is outside, he wants to see Prabhupada immediately. And so Tamal Krishna Maharaj, he bent over to Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, Babaji Maharaj is outside, he wants to see you immediately. And Prabhupada looked up and he said, bring him immediately. So I brought him to the room, and Tamal Krishna Maharaj got off Prabhupada's bed, and Babaji Maharaj just bounced up on Prabhupada's bed along with him. They gave pranam to one another, and then I was thinking, such a rare opportunity I have to see two pure devotees of Krishna together. How will they associate? What will they do? So I was very close and I started watching. And you know what they did? They started cracking jokes with one another. And Babaji Maharaj would say something funny to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada would laugh. Then Prabhupada would say something funny to Babaji Maharaj, and Babaji Maharaj would laugh. And that went back and forth for a few minutes. And then Babaji Maharaj said something to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada went, And then he responded. And he said, Tandara charana seva bhakta sanivas, janame janami hoy e abhilas. So this is it's a line from a song by Srila Narottam Das. And Narottam says this, Tandara charana seva bhakta sanivas. Janame janami hoy e abhilas. He says, birth after birth, janame janami hoy, birth after birth, e abhilas. My abhilas, my deepest desire of my heart is this, that I wish to live in the society of Vaishnavas and serve their lotus feet. Not to aspire for position, not to aspire for name, not to aspire for fame, but just be with Vaishnavas and serve their feet with love. And Prabhupada said that, and Babaji Maharaj was a little caught off guard. And then Babaji Maharaj, he responded with a joke. Prabhupada started laughing. Then Prabhupada responded with another joke, and Babaji Maharaj started laughing. And then Babaji Maharaj said something else, and Prabhupada went, Tarara charana seva bhakta sanivas, janame janami hoy e abhilas. I only have one abhilas. I only have one desire. And it's not to be something great from the material position, but my only desire is to serve Vaishnavas, birth after birth after birth. So we should make that our aspiration. Each and every living being of this world is the eternal servant of Krishna. Prabhupada said, some remember, most forget. But everybody, whoever they may be, they're not products of matter. We're not white, we're not black, we're not Americans, we're not Indians, we're not Christians or Hindus or Jews or Muslims, we're none of that. What we are is that we're the eternal spiritual servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. And if we can realize that in our lives, if we can make that the very goal of our lives, to understand this point, then we will experience that Satchidananda. We will experience that consciousness, eternal, full of knowledge, full of ecstasy. We will realize who we are. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that the best process for realizing this is through chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He said the name of God and God are the same. Therefore, when we're chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna is fully present in that sound vibration. And we may not see him with our eyes, but if we chant with fixed attention, and if we chant really trying to open our hearts, we will experience the presence of Krishna in the form of sound. And the effect of Krishna's presence, like Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Krishna Surya Sama, Maya Haya Andakara. Krishna is just like the sun, and Maya is like the darkness. Wherever sun is present, there's no darkness. So we're in the sun of Krishna, then it means all this darkness that's within our hearts will go away. All of the lust, the anger, the greed, the illusion, the madness, the envy. Are there any angry people here tonight? Anyone? Oh, 2 or 3. Oh, yeah. It must be the corn. Maybe it's the soya. It's taking all the anger out. What do they use all this corn for? Corn oil. What do they use the soya for? Feed the cattle. I was looking tonight, or looking out, and I saw corn on one side and soya on the other. And it said soya something or other, soya kingdom or soy town or soy something or other. And I was thinking how I mentioned to the devotees how they're cutting and burning the Amazonian rainforest to grow soya, to feed cows, to make McDonald's. Can you imagine? They're cutting the rainforest to grow soya so they can fatten animals to slaughter them so that people can eat and accrue so much bad karma. Destroy the earth to accrue bad karma. At any rate, lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. Chanting Hare Krishna will remove that from your heart. Chanting Hare Krishna will cause the lotus of your heart to open. Chanting Hare Krishna will actually reveal you within the lotus of your heart. That is called self-realization. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said, Vidyavaru Jivanam. This is the king of all forms of knowledge. And then chanting Hare Krishna, Anandam Buddhibardhanam, will actually dip us into the ocean of Ananda. So we have a very beautiful process. Just this chanting process, the chanting the holy name and hearing the glories of Krishna. So for the rest of our time here in Bloomington tonight, we'll chant Hare Krishna. It's a pleasure to be with you all. And we'll chant. First, I want to introduce people who I came with. This is Akincana Krishna Prabhu, and he is from a very exotic place called New York City. But he lives in Vrindavan, India, and he's lived there for many years, participating in the 24-hour Kirtan in Vrindavan. And he studies, is interesting, he studies Indian classical music also. Who here has heard of Pandit Jasraj? Anyone? Jasraj? Well, his music guru is one of the foremost students of Pandit Jasraj. So he's a very beautiful singer, lives in Vrindavan. And this is his wife, Rati Manjari. She is from the very, very far northwest of Russia, in a place called Petrozavodsk. So far to the northwest. So I affectionately call her the polar bear. And it shows that chanting Hare Krishna is so powerful process that even Americans and Russians can come together and love one another. It's a good thing. And this gentleman here, do you know this man? Mukunda, and he is from Chicago, and this is Jayadeva Prabhu, and he is from Chicago also. So now we'll chant, and we'll just take our time. You know what time we have left, we'll take our time in chanting. Everybody try to hear the mantra as clearly as possible. Everybody, when you're chanting, please listen to the mantra. Don't let the mind wander. Capture the mind. You know, it's like our what was your name? Damodara Anand Prabhu, he is from Delhi. And I am from Vrindavan. Any other North people here, or only South people? We have some North people. In Vrindavan and Delhi, we have something, very special. It is called bandar. We have monkeys. But the monkeys we have they're like mujahideen. They're very bad monkeys. We have these monkeys that have the red backsides. Aripa. They are so mean. We got these horrible monkeys in India. We have many different types of monkeys. We have some of these monkeys, we call them Hanuman monkeys. They're real gentlemen. They have long tails, and they're very graceful and beautiful. You can sit and talk to them. But these guys that we have, they're like terrorists. I mean, it's like, these are the guys all the bad guys get their ideas from. And in Vrindavan they steal your glasses. It's serious. I've had glasses stolen before. They come and they jump and they take your glasses and they start chewing. And I look and I go, man, those are Mont Blanc glasses. Why are you doing that? You don't need glasses. But they want biscuits, they want a banana, they want something, and they rip your glasses and throw them. Yeah, it's horrible. Mind is like a monkey, and it needs to be controlled. So when we chant tonight, focus the mind on the sound that we will be chanting. Okay? All right, so let us begin. Hare Krishna. Give me. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pascha Daisy Tadale Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Everybody, a little more loudly. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Everyone together, very loudly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Everybody together with your heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare everyone Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, very loudly. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. सब लोग बोलिए Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Everybody together, very loudly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Everybody, once again, with your heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo bolo. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Everybody together with your heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Whoa! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Hey! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Rama, Rama. Hey! Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ibo.
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. NitaiGauranga Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. NitaiGauranga Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hey, Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. NitaiGauranga Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. NitaiGauranga Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. NitaiGauranga Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Shri NitaiGauranga Premanande, Shri NitaiGauranga Premanande, Shri NitaiGauranga Premanande. Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Krishna
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you all. Ooh. I think the children are rioting. Thank you all very much for participating in the chanting of the holy names. Whether you're new chanters or whether you're old chanters, I request you all to go very deeply into this chanting. Our spiritual lives are meant for going very, very deep. We don't wish to remain on the surface. But we wish to go very, very deeply inside and find the true jewels of spiritual life. There's a process to do this, and that has been explained by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he has said, Trinadapi sunichena toradapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sarahari. If we wish to deepen and perfect our chanting of Hare Krishna, there are qualities that we need to develop. The first quality is that we should develop true humility. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said that when we chant the holy name, we should feel ourselves to be lower, more small than the straw on the street. We must develop the quality of tolerance. I think that we all understand that just to survive in this world, we really need to practice tolerance. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that we must be able to tolerate everything just like a tree. Like outside here we see trees that are standing. They will stand in the heat of the summer. They will never complain. They will stand here in the freezing cold of the winter, and they will never complain. In Gita, Lord Krishna says, Matra sparsas tu konteya sitoshna sukadukada agama payano nityastan tatikshasha bharata. He says all of these things, happiness, distress, heat and cold, fame, infamy, all of that, that is only pertaining to this body, but those things never touch the soul. So in practicing our spiritual life, our tolerance should be very deep. Lord Chaitanya said if we wish to perfect this chanting of Hare Krishna, we should develop the ability to give respect to every living being in this world. Every living being. It's not that we just respect the Hare Krishnas It's not that we just respect the Hindus. It's not that we just respect the Christians or the Muslims. We respect every living being of the universe. But then the topmost point, Lord Chaitanya says, never expect respect for ourselves. So 4 principles: humility, tolerance, showing respect to every living being, never wishing to have respect. And he says, if you do that, then kirtaniya sadahari, you can chant eternally. So for those who are new chanters, for those who are old chanters, please go more deeply inside the chanting Hare Krishna. Increase your spiritual practice. The goal of our lives is spiritual understanding, spiritual realization. We're not meant to stay here in this world, but we're supposed to use the facility in this world for returning home back to Godhead. So thank you for having us over here in Bloomington this evening. And I hope that you bless me, and I can have the opportunity to come back again. We should have come earlier so we could have had more time for chanting. Last night we were supposed to start in Chicago last night, I think at 5:30 maybe, or I'm not sure exactly what time. We arrived a little late. When the kirtan stopped, I looked at my clock, and I went, oh my goodness, it was about 9:30 in the evening. And the temple room was full. You know, people had stayed chanting and chanting and chanting and chanting and chanting. Absorb yourselves in chanting Hare Krishna. This is the real medicine for helping us to become free from our material conditioning and helping us to realize who we actually are and helping us to realize our eternal relationship with Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.